Hey guys, it's me again, Joel, Bisaya Reader. Welcome back to another video, and for today, I'm going to show you the books I'm planning to read for the month of May 2020. So we're going to start with the books that I started reading for the month of April, but I wasn't able to finish them. Bright We Burn by Kirsten White. This is the third book of the young adult historical fiction trilogy. The first book was And the Darkens, then second book was And Now I Rise, which I've read a couple of years ago, and this is the finale of the trilogy. I'm actually almost done with this one. This is going to be a 5-star read for sure. I can't tell you much about this one since it's the finale of a trilogy, but with regards to the first book, we're following Radu and Lada. These are siblings, and they are from Wallachia, and they were kidnapped or was sold to the Ottoman Empire. They were converted into different religions, but Radu accepted the change, but the older sister Lada refused to accept the change and wants to go back to her empire, to her land, to reclaim their land, to reclaim her throne. Basically, this is a retelling of Count Dracula, in which Count Dracula is a girl, which is in the form of Lada. It's not fantasy, it's historical fiction. Book 1 was really dragging. It's character driven. So I'm warning you, but you need to read book 1 for you to experience how great books 2 and this one is. So I can't wait to finish this. The next book I'm currently reading I started reading for the month of April and wasn't able to finish it. And currently reading right now is also The Nightingale by Kirsty Hanna. By the way, The Bright We Burn and this one are one of the 4 books, the 2 books out of the 4 books I promised to read on the Visaya's Book Club Blast from the Past readathon. It's actually a readathon for this reading activity of the Visayas Book Club for the second quarter of 2020. We decided to read any categories as long as it's under the genre of historical fiction. This is an adult standalone historical fiction. It's somewhat similar to All the Dead We Can See by Anthony Doerr, which is I've read first earlier this year, and it was an all-time favorite already. This one gave me the same vibe because of the World War II, Germans versus French, but when it comes to story and characters, it's completely different. But I still can't stop myself comparing it to All That We Cannot See. So far so good. I'm expecting that this is going to be heartbreaking, very emotional, so I can't wait. The writing style was just okay. It was not as good as All That We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, but I'm still looking forward to how the story will end. The next book I'm planning to read is going to be a science fiction young adult, and this is All Our Yesterdays. If you've watched my previous vlogs, this is one of the books that was included on read the first chapter book tag, and I enjoyed the first chapter. That's why I'm going to read this one. After reading the first chapter, this one gave me a dark, cold, and humid or wet feeling. So I don't know, and there's time traveling. There's a lot of mystery, so I can't wait to read it. And it's kind of short, so we'll see how this one will end. Hopefully I like it. Next one I'm going to read is I actually started reading this last year, I think September 2019, and I did not finish it. This is the second book of the Witchland series by Susan Dennard. This is The Wind Witch. The first book, Truth Witch, which I read last year, I did enjoy it. Not as giving it 5 stars, I think I gave it 4 stars. I did love the adventure element of it, the magic system, and also the relationship with the characters. I dived right into the second book thinking that it will be better than the first one, but the first part of this first book, actually I read around 75 pages, like a couple of chapters only, and it was really dragging. Nothing that has really changed, nothing that caught my attention or hooked me to continue reading, so I just gave up last year. So I'm planning to pick this one up this month, and hopefully I'll be able to go back to the world and finish reading this. The next book I'm going to read is also part of my read the first chapter book tag previous vlog, and that is going to be Mallory Blackman, Nuts and Crosses. This is a young adult dystopian, which I did not really expect, because I thought initially that this is going to be a young adult historical fiction, but after some research, this is actually a dystopian where there's, in the worlds that they offer in this book, there's knots and there's crosses, where they are actually 2 separate races or groups of people in the story. where knots just don't really work with crosses. Any obligations or any privileges from the knots cannot be shared with the crosses, and vice versa. So it's kind of different and complicated system in the society. And our main characters are actually a knot and a crosses, and they're actually best friends. So that's also a very complicated relationship in a very complicated society. So I can't really wait how the story runs and how it will end. I've heard a lot of good things about this. It's very well reviewed and has a very good average rating on Goodreads. So and it also won a lot of awards, and it was released early 2000. So can't wait. And we're down to the last book I'm planning to read, and probably the most ambitious book that I am going to read this month. And this is going to be A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihira. This is a very intimidating read. I've been planning to read this book for the past couple of months now, but I held back because of the trigger warnings, and I was really intimidated of how thick this is. It's actually really thick, and the font size was really small. So I'm pretty sure that this will take a lot of my reading time for this month, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to dive right into this one this month, but I'm going to try. So hopefully month of May, year 2020 will be the year that I'm going to finish reading this, or going to finish reading this book. I've heard a lot of good stuff about this one from social media, from Goodreads, from YouTube and Instagram, so I can't wait to experience what they have experienced after reading this. So wish me luck. That's it, guys. Those are the books I'm planning to read for the month of May for the year 2020. Hopefully, in case you have read some of the books I presented, please leave some comments down below. Convince me which of those books I'm going to prioritize or read first. I need some motivation. I would highly appreciate. I would definitely appreciate your comments. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and take care. My name is Joel, and see you on my next upload. Bye bye.